So we have some massive news that just hit the HCS, and well, it could spell disaster for Optic Gaming. Of course, I'm talking about the Space Station Gaming roster announcement. Now, everyone's kind of known what this roster is going to be for a long time, but it's officially announced, and that means they're going to be playing in HCS events soon. Well, let's go take a look at this roster. Honestly, this is one of the best teams that you're going to see in the HCS this year, and there's a good reason for it. You have 4 world champions on this roster. Snakebite and Lucid will be joining Stellar and Eco, who were playing on SSG last year. Now, this is controversial, and you can see in this video, right? They just won a world championship last year, and the team's completely different. Well, that's for a reason, right? Remember, the 2 players that helped Eco and Stellar win last year left to go to Optic Gaming, with Bound and Legend teaming up with Renegade and Formal. This is going to create a huge rivalry this year, and something that everyone is going to need to check out. But the big question is, how good are all these teams, and where does SSG fit in? Are they going to be able to upset this Optic Gaming roster? Are they championship caliber? I wanted to show a couple things. The guy posted this on Reddit, and I thought this was cool, right? Let's look at their KDs, how they've been playing out all year. And you can see here, Space Station has a couple special players. The first one, obviously, that comes to eye, Stellar, a 1.18 overall KD last year, was absolutely unbelievable for his team. A lot of people are going to look at Eco, say, hey, that 0.99, one thing that you need to know about Eco, guys, he is a do-it-all player. Like, there's a reason why everyone wants a team with Eco. In fact, I believe it was Frosty that said he was kind of a little mad that Eco didn't give him the call up and said, hey, let's team. They've been wanting a team forever. The other thing to remember, right, you have 3 MVP caliber players on this team and 2 MVPs throughout the year, right? Lucid won the MVP in year 1 when Optic Gaming won the world championship, and Stellar won the MVP in year 2, and Snakebite was in the conversation in year 3 for that MVP. This team is stacked, but let's go take a look at their competition, right? Optic Gaming on the other side. Now, no one's hitting that KD that we saw that Stellar had, but consistency is on the board. And what's really scary is, in my opinion, Bound here, right? Look at Bound. Only a 1.07, but Bound is a frontliner. He loves to get into those front lines. He's quick with the objective. He's fast on the map. Dropping a 1.07 when your first engagement is a scary, scary thing to be looking at all year long. But I think this team matches up well, and I wouldn't be surprised if they have a special antidote to this Optic Gaming roster because of how they play together and how they are so calm. When you look at these 4 players, these are the calmest players in the HCS when it comes to doing their job, being responsible on land, and I think that's going to show off. Other thing to take a look at, right? Look at the bottom. Look at all the championships these guys have. Lucid, the only one without multiple championships to his name, but scary things over there. But there is one team that could cause a disaster for everyone else. The Shopify Rebellion team, if you haven't been watching the off-season stuff, maybe get yourself in and start looking at this team. In particular, take a look at these 2 young guns, Last Shot and Cycle. One thing to know, Cycle, look at this, a 1.18 overall KD last year. And if you go look at his kill assist death ratio from last year as well, he was consistently at the top of tournament after tournament. Last Shot has one of the best accuracies in the game. He's quick, he's decisive, and although neither of these players have championships, well, Frosty and Royal 2 have them in spades for everyone else. 3 to their name, and well, that also begs the question with this SSG roster is, why are we not seeing Snakebite and Royal 2 playing together? I mean, we had the split up, and obviously, you know, we see a lot of confidence with Snakebite leaving to go to this roster, but let's take a look at their results together. And I want to express how big of a deal this is that Snakebite is no longer playing with Royal 2. Right here, I have Snakebite's LAN history. All the LANs that he's ever played in Halo, all the way back from his first one in 2007, but you'll notice I stopped at 2011. There's a reason for that. Snakebite, Clutch, Dursky, Royal 2. This is the first time these guys played a tournament with each other on LAN in 2011. Now, one thing you're going to notice when I go through his history is how long they played with each other. There's only a brief moment where Royal 2 wasn't a part of the team. You can see a couple events here and there. But for the most part, if you see Snakebite, you see Royal 2 right next to him. And that's going to happen the entire time that he's been playing Halo. Consistently from 2014 and Halo 2 anniversary. And the other thing you're going to know is look at all the first place, second place. In Halo 5, these two played with each other the entire time alongside Frosty and Lethal. They got grand finals in every single LAN tournament. That's right. They never not got to grand finals. It was an incredible run. And honestly, I'm a bit sad that we aren't going to see Snakebite and Royal 2 together anymore. It feels like an end of an era. And I'm a bit sad about it. But I'm excited for the results that can happen. And I'll tell you a reason why you should be excited about Space Station Gaming as well. And that's because you have some natural born winners on this team. Obviously, Snakebite and all the first place championships, the 3 world championships that he's been a part of. But there has been times in the HCS where teams get announced and everyone thinks one team's going to win all year. In fact, I think back to year 3 of Halo 5, 2018. It was talks at the time. They used to be Optic Gaming, but there's some controversy that happened there that everyone thought was going to win every event. But then there was a team that came out of nowhere. And check this out, guys. Eco and Stellar were the 2 players that came out of nowhere and just took over the league in 2018. It started with MLG Orlando in 2018. Shotzi and Renegade teamed up with Eco and Stellar, and they won 4 tournaments in a row. Now, they were a dominant team, but it was a team that kind of came out of left field for a lot of people. It was just a freshly built team that clicked right away, and I think Eco and Stellar were big parts of that reason, and we've seen how consistent they've been throughout the years. I mean, let's go to Halo Infinite. These two had the best year last year and won just about every tournament. The only one they lost last year was in Europe, and we could talk about jet lag and all the reasons that could happen. Now, obviously, having to rebuild the roster, they went and got a perennial world champion in Snakebite, but the other side is what gets me really excited about this team, right? You got a player that's got a chip on his shoulder, Lucid, who, on all intents and purposes, was dropped from Optic Gaming. Formal said he wanted to go in a different direction, and Lucid has been arguably the best player in the game for a while now. And well, if you had to remember last year, let's go down memory road and why Lucid's so good. I mean, take a look at this thing. This might be the nastiest overkill of Halo history. The way he challenges off this top tower is insane, but there we go. Boom. Fortunately, we won't have Trippy telling him to pick up the ball anymore. Another long-term duo that is gone, right? Lucid and Trippy, these guys have been playing with each other since Halo 5, and they'll be separated, and this is a brand new HCS, something that we haven't seen before, but if you're an SSG fan, there's a lot of reason to be excited. This team has a lot going for it, and we'll have to see where they're competing this year, and that brings me to my other bit of news for the LVT channel today. Guys, it's the day. Today, if you're watching this video, we're probably live right now reacting to the roadmap that's supposed to be released, as well as some information that's going to come with Operation Frontlines for Halo Infinite. Watch it. Be there. React with us. And there's a couple ways you can do that. I wanted to give a shout out for all the people that have been watching on our YouTube live streams. Everything that we do now these days is basically streamed here. You can see, you can go through the off-season events, through the LANs last year. We've been starting to stream on YouTube, and last week we started experimenting talking to you guys on the YouTube chat. That's one thing that we're looking at going into this next year, is just getting our YouTube live stream audience more involved. So if you want to be part of that, live stream audience, come by, say hi, give us your reactions as what you think will happen with the roadmap this year. And we want to see a little bit more engagement on it, because one thing I noticed in the statistics when I was looking at the LVT Halo channel is over 50% of people that watch us on YouTube aren't subscribed. That's one thing I'd love to change. If you guys love competitive Halo content, LVT is the home for you. And we'd love for you guys to show that love back with a little subscription hit. It really does help us going into this next year, finding sponsorships or other opportunities that help LVT Halo grow. And of course, we're still going to do everything that we do on Twitch, right? If you are an avid Twitch viewer and you love to chat over there, please continue to do so. But I think there's a lot of you guys that prefer to watch on YouTube, or just is YouTube's your home. And we just want to say, we see you guys, right? We're going to be interacting. Come check it out and come watch the roadmap with us today. It's going to be live on the channel. And SSG, they're unbelievable. They might win some championships this year.